Okay, what's up, guys? So here with another customization piece. I did this quite a few months back. Might even be close to a year now, but with Batcycle. You can see here, the one in the front. This is actually the same bike as the one in the back. I've seen a few people customize this. I know you can still pick up the Batcycle for, I think, $22 on Amazon, so you can still get it for a pretty good price. So I thought I'd take you through the process on how to do a really quick custom with it and make it look like the one in front, right? So this is a perfect one for She-Spawn. I also did it for Red Hood, right? It kind of works with a lot of different characters, and it's a pretty cool looking bike. What I'm going to do is talk you through the process. Okay, so first, this is the original. Obviously, this is the Batcycle. And as you can see, looking pretty good, has some pretty good details, has a brown wash on it, black wash, etc. Right, a few details. Not much on the base of it though, like underneath. So it is just a gray plastic. You can see some of the stuff's customized and I did do that. But, right, so overall, pretty cool looking bike. However, I didn't really, I wanted something a little bit more natural. So I decided, because I actually saw some other people customizing it too and was thinking, oh, cool, I'd like to do this process as well. So what I did, all this stuff does come off, by the way. A lot of it's glued on. So what you have to do is you have to take some type of heat gun, or I just used a hair dryer, but that took a lot of time to get it hot enough to where you can make the plastic more flexible, right? So you can pull it off and get the glue kind of less adhered so you can take it off. So just to let you know, it could be a little bit of a process, but if you have a heat gun, it shouldn't take so long at all. So what you're gonna do, so the first thing I did is I heated up the ribs and got it loose and then started handling that first. So it is literally just glued onto the top. And once you take it off, I mean, you got it right here so you can see the inside. So it's literally just glued on a piece right there on the inside. And once you heat it up enough, you can really just pull it off. So I pulled that off. That was first step. Two, I decided to take off the front. Now the front is a little bit tricky. So the bottom jaw is glued to the top jaw, and you got to get it off. So one thing you do have to do is you do have to access some screws. Let's see, which is very hard to access through here. So that's after you heat it up, but it looks like this. So these little tiny screws right there that you need to take off, so you can take the bottom off so you can actually get the pieces off. So yeah, but you're gonna heat it up, and this one took a little bit of work. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna pry it off from each other. So you can see, so this is the inside of what it looks like. So it's actually, infused in the plastic. As you can see, there's some little pieces, right, that connect into each other, right? So what you have to do is you have to get the glue, definitely loosen enough to get it off. But yeah, you will want to take the front piece off. It just makes it a little bit easier overall to do so. So take that off. So that was next step. Then lastly, you have the piece on the back. So when you look at the back, this is probably one of the harder pieces. Is the glue right there on both edges are kind of tricky. So what you want to do is, because after you have this off and after you have this off, then you still have the seat attached to the little bone piece. Now, you could keep the bone piece on if you wanted, if you just wanted to customize it and have the front look like this, but then just have the bone part in the back, that's totally fine. I didn't want to do that, so I wanted to kind of take that off. So what I did is I pried it off and then I kind of cut it. So I took some sharp scissors or shears and I just cut around here, right? Just where I thought it worked the best. So you can see, so this is the excess of it. All right, so it's glued on there. I had to cut off the edges, and there's a plastic piece there just to keep it a little more rigid. So yeah, so you got to take this off too. Then once you take that off, you're basically left with this. The thing I had to do was I had to paint this little guy right here. So this was just gray plastic. So because I just decided to keep it black, I decided just to paint it black. So paint it black and sealed it, and that's fine, right? And then yeah, because I cut that piece off there, it looks just like a normal seat, so it looks fine, right? So some of the other things that I did, so after I have it all assembled, right, I took all of that off. This is kind of what you're left with. So, and just to let you know, this is a light I found from Walmart for a bike. So it's actually just loose and just hangs out on there. I could glue it on if I wanted to, but I didn't bother because it's just for photography purposes. So it looks like it's part of it, but pretty cool light. So works well as a headlight. So if you're looking for that, you know, it's pretty sweet. But yeah, I just found that at Walmart. But other than that, right, you're kind of left with this, which looks good. So what you want to do is probably customize a little bit of the engine because that'll be more prominent than it was with the bones over the top. So what I did here is, like, you know, I try to do things pretty efficiently, make things look good, but also simple. So what I did is take that silver paint that I like so much, that I keep talking about, right, the Deco Art, and I put a bigger brush and just kind of dabbed it a lot to just get a little bit of paint on it. And then I just basically dabbed it on just over the entire engine. So I didn't put too much on because I didn't want to put a lot of thickness to it because I didn't want it to chip off or to come off because I decided not to prime it, right? If I wanted to prime it, then I could make it stay a little more durable, but it already was gray underneath, so I thought, like, if I could just put a little bit on there, it could work really well. So that's what I did. Just a little bit of silver over the top, just enough to give it a sheen. Then I took this copper paint for the wires. I just got this from Target, so just a copper paint that I had. And then I just touched up the little wires to make them look, you know, just to give it some differentiation. And then after that, I just did a black wash over the top just to kind of fill in the creases, make it look just a little better, right? So that's cool. So that's basically all I did. And it's pretty cool to think that, like, this motorcycle is right into that. So you could have the same one, but they look completely different, which I think is really cool. So if you're looking to customize yours, that was the process, right? All you need is a heat gun. You need maybe a glove, right? Because it does get a little bit hot because you are going to be prying off the pieces. You'll want to have some paint, a little tiny screwdriver to take the screw out here, or the screws out there. There are 3 of them. And then, yeah, any touch-up work or paint that you want to do. And you don't have to keep yours black. Like I said, I just wanted to make mine simple, and I thought black worked well enough, so I kept it. But that's it. So hopefully you like this kind of like customization review. Hopefully this is helpful for you. And if you want to go pick it up, right, you can get it on Amazon for 22 bucks. I've seen it in lots of retailers too, you know, heavily discounted or just whatever the price is. I think $29.99 for it, I believe. So yeah, if you like the motorcycle, yeah, go pick it up and you can kind of customize it yourself. Looks really cool. So thank you all so much for checking it out. Please like and subscribe, and I will continue to do customizations, continue to do reviews, etc. So thank you all so much. Catch you later.